KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Well, I'm sure you've heard that rain that you're waking up to going through our viewing area right now. Nothing severe, but it has we just heard some thunder over our studio here. But we have had some power outages affecting 761 customers. So have had some power outages, Sarah, but you're saying nothing too severe, but a severe thunderstorm was also issued just north of our area.
Yeah, out near Comal County. So it is in our viewing area. I want to mention it. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for areas in New Braunfels and just north of Seguin here. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 8:45 for parts of Comal County and northern Guadalupe County. Although this is at the tail end of the system, I do still think there could be some nickel-sized hail for areas like New Braunfels, just north of Seguin, closer to Zorn, Geronimo, Kingsbury, those areas, and also gusty winds of up to about 60 miles per hour. But some good news here for us in the city of San Antonio and around the San Antonio metro area. No severe weather here for us. It's just loud at times. I mean, we heard a lightning strike here. We heard thunder from a lightning strike here at the downtown San Antonio location of our KSAT 12 studios, and then also near Somerset, some pretty heavy rain falling right now. As I go ahead and put this in motion, what you'll notice is that generally the system is moving east at about 25 miles per hour. And so once this initial batch of rain moves through, we're going to be done with the rain for the day today. So areas like Kerrville, Medina, Lakey, Uvalde, Bernie, you're done with the rain for the day today. But there has been plenty of healthy rain. In fact, again, this is not severe around the San Antonio area. We've already seen an inch of rain at the airport, generally half an inch to an inch and a half. But again, we do have this one severe thunderstorm warning, mainly for the San Marcos area, up to Buda and up toward Austin. That's where the gustiest of the winds can be. But it's still, if you're inside of this severe thunderstorm warning for northern Guadalupe County, extreme eastern Comal County, it's best to stay indoors away from windows just in case you do end up getting one of those gusts of up to about 60 miles per hour. We also have this stronger storm moving through areas in Atascosa County, Poteet, Jourdanton, Pleasanton. You're about to get a lot of heavy rain, a lot of lightning too. Here's a look at the lightning count for this area. About let's say 305 lightning strikes just within this one area. So Poteet, Pleasanton, Jourdanton, Charlotte. This, if it holds together, would be in the Floresville area by about 9 o'clock this morning. But most of this rain moving through San Antonio right now just causing some ponding on the roads, and the rain will gradually come to an end here for us in San Antonio. By about 10 o'clock, we'll really start to see things winding down. And in the afternoon, it's going to be warm, high temperatures in the 80s. Coming up, more radar analysis for you. I'll be looking at how much rain has fallen in certain neighborhoods coming up in just a bit. Sarah,
thank you. And violence in the Market Square area during Fiesta continues. 2 people are dead this morning after Fiesta at Market Square started to wind down. And it's not the first time. San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says last night's shooting started after 2 people pulled out guns and started shooting at each other. He says 2 officers were in the area. They also pulled out their guns and started shooting. SAPD tells us both of the people involved in that initial shootout, they have died. One of them at the scene, the other at an area hospital. Police are referring to them as, quote, young men. Their ages are not clear at this time. 4 other people were also injured, but are expected to be okay. We don't know at this time if those 4 other people that were injured by bullets were either shot by police officers or those suspects shooting at each other. Once we get that cleared up, we will bring you those details. And just last April, a fight during Fiesta de los Reyes ended in a shooting. A 25-year-old man was with his family at Fiesta de los Reyes when he got into a fight before being shot once. A second victim was also shot in the arm. And last night's deadly shooting near Market Square isn't the first shooting in the area this weekend. Early Saturday morning, just a few blocks north of Market Square, San Antonio police say a shooting sent 3 people to the hospital. It happened just after midnight Saturday in the 900 block of Martin Street. Here's what we know. Police were called to the scene, found all 3 of those victims inside a red truck littered with bullet holes. They were rushed to the hospital, one of them in critical condition, the other 2 suffering non-life-threatening injuries. Police have yet to release any suspect information. And a San Antonio family is calling on the community to slow down and drive safely after the death of their mother. Graciela Angel was walking on the sidewalk down Petrenko last weekend when she was hit and killed. Our Avery Everett spoke to her family, who says they're determined to keep her memory alive.
She just wanted to see everyone happy around her.
Graciela Angel's daughters say her smile was captured in every family photo.
Her smile was so contagious. She was always smiling. She was always dancing.
Even through the pain of losing their mother, this family is trying to live on through her memories.
She was super sweet, just full of energy, no matter how tired she was. She just was always there for people.
Just 1 week ago, Graciela Angel was walking on the sidewalk along Petrenko Road when a car crash sent a vehicle headed in her direction. That's when she was hit and killed.
We just feel that if people would slow down, people would take just a couple more seconds, she would still be here with us.
Her daughters say they're still in shock.
Just a second could have saved her.
And in the days after her death, the Angel family is fundraising to have a funeral and asking San Antonio to slow down and drive safely.
Her memory is going to stay alive because we're going to make sure she's never forgotten.
That was Avery Everett reporting. In the last month, we've covered multiple deadly motor vehicle pedestrian accidents across the city. And this also isn't the first time someone walking on the sidewalk was hit and killed just this month. So head to KSAT.com. We have a full story looking at the growing number of these accidents and what officials say drivers can do to try and change these stats. In your morning health headlines, diabetes is a major reason people lose their vision, limbs, and experience kidney failure. This morning, we continue our conversation about diabetes and how it's affecting people in our community. Stefania Jimenez introduces us to a man from San Antonio who has dealt with all three of those things, yet stands strong.
When you meet Joel Gonzalez Jr., you can't help but like him. The 46-year-old is a devoted husband and father of two. He's also kind with a great sense of humor. It's obvious his family loves him. What's not so obvious is everything he's been through. Joel's an amputee. He's also partially blind.
80% blind on my left eye and 50% on my right eye.
3 years ago, Joel also had a kidney transplant after battling years of kidney failure.
I thought I was going to die.
All of Joel's challenges stemmed from one problem: diabetes.
It could be because you're not making insulin. It could be because the insulin that you're making is indeficient.
Diabetes causes a host of issues that can lead to kidney failure, adult onset blindness, lower limb amputations, heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, and nerve damage.
So far, we've been strong, and we stuck together as one big family. And here I am today.
And that's also because of his doctor, Kelly Hitchman, who literally gave him a kidney. Now she's using her experience to encourage other people to become living donors too.
He is an absolute blessing, and I think that's a part of it that people don't really think about. They think about the blessing for the recipient, and hopefully it's absolutely a blessing for the recipient, but at least in my circumstance, I feel like it was a huge gift in my life too.
What are you looking forward to now?
Taking care of whatever I have left of my life and trying to take care of my family.
Joel also hopes the 16% of people in Bexar County with type 2 diabetes learn from his experience and take better care of their health.
We don't want to be in the position I am in. By the time you think, oh, something's going on with my body, it's going to be too late.
Well, in Alamo Heights yesterday morning, Fiesta, all about the dogs. Dogs and their owners marched through the streets for the annual Pooch Parade. There was a costume contest for the dogs and their humans. Rescue groups were also at the Pooch Parade for anyone who wanted to adopt a dog. Look at those costumes, so good. All of this money raised at the event helps benefit Therapy Animals of San Antonio.
It's such a great organization all around, what it does for kids, for adults. I feel like animals, they're great support for us like humans and stuff. I know I'm attached to her. I don't have kids, so she's definitely like my daughter. So I love taking her everywhere with me. And I feel like they're just great great dogs, great companions. They can feel energy and stuff when you're sick, when you're sad, and they know how to definitely make you happy.
Look at that.
Check it
trolley.
I loved that band was playing Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. Well, those were some of the sights and sounds from last night's Fiesta Flambeau Parade. Don't worry, if you still want to celebrate Fiesta today, it's your last day to do so, to get your Fiesta on with some events happening in our city. So for so many, Flambeau is their Fiesta finale. It's a tradition to stake out a spot and watch the floats and bands head through the heart of downtown San Antonio. Danielle Ibadas spent her evening at Flambeau and caught up with so many people enjoying the parade. Let's take a look.
It's all of our first time as a family.
What are you most looking forward to seeing?
Well, I really love seeing the band.
What do you like best about the parade?
The parade is awesome. I like it. I like the parade.
And you're gonna have lots of fun.
Yes, I am. I love the parade.
It's awesome. We haven't been here in a while, so we decided to just come and do it this year. So it's great. So I'm glad enjoying it with my son. So, you know, like memories that we always will have together.
Well, Fiesta might be coming to an end today. Today is the last day to enjoy some of the events happening around our city. Just take out your phone and you can scan this QR code that's on your screen right now. And it's going to take you through anything that you may have missed this year or what is left to do today. And hey, a huge shout out to our KSAT photojournalist who worked both parades, especially Asian Bermia and Dale Keller. I saw you guys on TV last night with those big cameras, carrying those cameras on your shoulder for several hours and doing the best to bring us that coverage. So great job to our entire KSAT crew. Another magical Fiesta in the books. It's 8:13 and 66 degrees. Another magical moment this morning. Rain, much needed rain in our viewing area. Storms. We can hear the thunder over our roof this morning. I'm sure you are too. Sarah Spivey's going to break it all down for us when we come back.
That's right. Let's take a look at the radar right now. Heaviest of the rain falling in southern Bexar County and Atascosa County, but near Bulverde, heavy rain too. Over an inch of rain fell at the airport this morning, with more coming down in spots. How much rain has fallen in your neighborhood? I'll take a look around, and of course an update on that severe thunderstorm warning that's moving through parts of New Braunfels and northern Guadalupe County coming up.
Sarah, I love hearing the thunder.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to have some rain, and you know, we got an inch of rain at the airport. You're saying if you have a garden, you really won't need to water for a few days because of this rain.
For about a week, especially if we get any more showers, maybe the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, because we do have the potential for some rain after today. We'll talk about it, but first I want to get you through your morning. You can see as I put the radar in motion here, much of the rain is kind of starting to fall apart over San Antonio, but we do have a lot of stronger storms and moving through southern Bexar County. What I want to get to first, though, is the severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for areas from pretty much northern Guadalupe County all the way up to the Austin area. The severe thunderstorm warning, I'll be honest with you, around the New Braunfels and Seguin area, the severe threat is pretty low here. I think most of this warning is in effect for areas up near the Austin, Buda, Kyle area where there could be some gusts up to 60 miles per hour, maybe even some nickel-sized hail. But let me know what you're seeing in New Braunfels. I'm sure it's raining. It's very heavy rain is falling right now over New Braunfels, and also there's frequent lightning moving through the Garden Ridge area toward New Braunfels. So no doubt these storms are loud. And if you're inside of a warning, it's always a good idea to stay inside away from windows. This storm system is moving east at about 25 miles per hour. So Gonzales, I know it's not raining where you're at right now, or it is, but just very light rain. The heaviest of the rain, though, will be moving into your neck of the woods by about 9:45. That severe thunderstorm warning in effect for now until 8:45, but we'll wait and see if the National Weather Service decides to cancel it for the New Braunfels area. As we take a look a little bit closer to southern Bexar County, this is where we've got the heaviest of the rain falling around San Antonio right now for neighborhoods along 281, La Jolla, Mitchell Lake area, Palo Alto College into Atascosa County. I think there probably could be some small nickel-sized hail out near Lemming and near Pleasanton as well. Very frequent lightning. In fact, take a look at the lightning count here. Just within this one storm, there's 290 lightning strikes. So a very electrified part of the storm. Noisy, yes, but not technically going to be doing any damage out there, just because, again, we're not seeing quarter-sized hail. We're not seeing damaging gusty winds from this storm. It's just loud for Jourdanton, Pleasanton, and near Charlotte. Let's take a look around San Antonio. You can see clearly that the rain is starting to end for central San Antonio, but there are still plenty of flashes of lightning along 281 here from Hollywood Park up to Timberwood Park and into Bulverde and areas near to Garden Ridge. That's where we're dealing with some of the heaviest of the rain. Johnson High School. So much healthy rain has fallen. I'm going to turn off the lightning and turn on how much rain has fallen just within the last 12 hours or so. Anywhere you see this green, that's an inch and a half of rain. And you can see that most of northern Bexar County has seen an inch and a half of rain. Central Bexar County, it's probably closer to about quarter to half an inch of rainfall. Yes, but again, that lob of heavier rain is moving through the south there. So we'll see even more rain. Now this rain will be done by 10 o'clock to noon. That's when we're going to see rain in, and you can actually see that skies are starting to clear here off in the distance. It's 65 degrees in San Antonio. Here's where the clearing skies are right now. All the rain has moved through areas. You can see temperatures have dropped into the 60s. It's still in the 70s though in Gonzales, as rain has yet to move through that area. Looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, rain and storms gradually coming to an end by noon. Then we'll be looking at clearing skies, a high temperature of 83. Now remember, we talked about how later on this week there is the potential for rain. Tomorrow should be quiet and near 90, but in the week ahead we'll have daily chances for isolated storms in the afternoon. By Friday and Saturday, those rain chances come up because of a passing cool front. We'll be back with more weather and news coming up after the break.
Well, Schlitterbahn, New Braunfels has opened its new kids area. It's called Shays Storybrooke Park, and the area includes the world's first water coaster for kids. That's cool. A ride called the Bow Wow Blaster, a mini version of the Master Blaster. It also includes water slides and more than 70 water features, spray toys, splash pads, and shaded areas. It's located in the original section of the park. And if you are looking for some free family fun this summer, you can check out 8 free movies at Santikos Theaters. Santikos is bringing back its free summer movie series. It starts in June on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You can watch with your family, and you can check out all of these stories, of course, in our KSAT Kids section on KSAT.com. We'll be right back. We have some storms and thunder rolling through our area. Nothing too severe, but it has caused some power outages, 32 of them, affecting 946 customers right now. We'll keep you posted, and I'm sure the CPS crews are out there in the field trying to restore power. Again, if you ever lose power, you can always watch us not just on air, but on our KSAT app and KSAT app.
Yeah, you can easily stream us if you do end up losing power. And generally, Sarah, there is still rain ongoing around San Antonio, but the rain for the Alamo City is coming to an end. And remember how we had that severe thunderstorm warning in Comal County?
Yeah.
It's been canceled. Okay. Because the severe thunderstorm has moved out of that area. I want to start with a look outside because you can see skies are starting to clear at the airport, but there's still plenty of ponding on the roads because we've seen over an inch of rain in spots around San Antonio. Here's a look at the radar right now showing you, again, that severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for Comal County and New Braunfels. It's moving into parts of San Marcos, Kyle, Buda. This is for potential of wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour. But around San Antonio, generally the rain is starting to come to an end, but southern San Antonio, southern Bexar County, still seeing a lot of heavier rain. Also with eastern Bexar County into Guadalupe County as well. This is where we've got plenty of lightning still going around Pleasanton, Poteet, heading toward the Floresville area here within the next 20 minutes or so. Generally, though, rain has been coming to an end around San Antonio. We saw over an inch of rain at the airport, over an inch of rain in many places. So good rainfall and not too much development out to the west either. So generally by about 10 o'clock, we're going to be seeing rain for the most part end around San Antonio. As for this afternoon, it's going to get warm. We'll be looking at a high temperature in the 80s. And then next week, the humidity is not going anywhere. The humidity is going to stick around. We'll have daily morning drizzle and even isolated rain chances continue in the afternoons next week. I'll take a closer look at neighborhood rainfall totals coming up in just a bit. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. And violence during Fiesta at Market Square, well, it continues. 2 people are dead this morning after Fiesta at Market Square started to wind down, and it's not the first time. San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says last night's shooting started after 2 people pulled out guns and started shooting at each other. He says 2 officers who were in that area pulled out their guns and started to shoot. SAPD tells us both of the people involved in that initial shootout have died. One of them dying at the scene. The other died at an area hospital. Police are referring to them as young men, but then have not made their ages clear at this time. 4 other people were also injured during that shooting, but police say they are expected to be okay. So right now, it's not clear whether any of the people shot were hit by the bullets fired by officers or the suspects who started that shooting. And just last April, a fight during Fiesta de los Reyes ended in a shooting. A 25-year-old man was with his family at Fiesta de los Reyes when he got into a fight before being shot once, and a second victim was also shot in the arm. And last night's deadly shooting near Market Square isn't the first shooting in that area this weekend. Early Saturday morning, just a few blocks north of Market Square, San Antonio police say a shooting sent 3 people to the hospital. It happened just after midnight Saturday in the 900 block of Martin Street. Here's what we know. Police were called to the scene and found all 3 of those victims inside a red truck that was littered with bullet holes. They were rushed to a hospital, one of them in critical condition. The other 2 suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Police have yet to release any suspect information at this time. And San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers, they need your help in finding a suspect who shot at a Culebra meat market store on Thursday. San Antonio police say the suspect on your screen there entered the meat market on Old Pearsall Road and tried to purchase items using a fake $50 bill. Once the employees refused to take the bill, police say the suspect got angry and allegedly made threats and then exited the store. And as he was leaving, shot twice at the front of the store, causing both employees to be hit by shrapnel. If you have any information about this man on your screen there that could lead police to this suspect, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 210-224-STOP. Well, tension is spreading on campuses across the country as students demand to be heard. ABC's Phil Lipoff with university officials are now saying if students continue.
Hands up the Middle East! College campus chaos as schools nationwide deal with an influx of protesters angry about the Israel-Hamas war. In our nation's capital, Palestine will live forever! George Washington University telling students anyone who remains in the university yard risks temporary suspension and being barred from campus. Selina Al-Shahabi is a Palestinian-American student.
We're staying here until our universities divest from companies that directly support the Israeli Defense Forces. And we are sick of seeing a genocide unfold with our tuition money.
Since last week, demonstrations and tent encampments popping up on at least 48 colleges across the country. California Polytech's Humboldt campus will remain closed for the semester. Some students have taken control of a building as part of their protest. The school telling ABC News protesters are demanding, among other things, the school disclose all holdings and collaborations with Israel, cut ties with all Israeli universities, divest from companies and corporations which are profiting from the Israel-Hamas war, and publicly call for a ceasefire. Free Palestine! At Columbia, the epicenter of student dissent against the war, the university president saying she wants the encampment cleared out before the undergraduate graduation ceremony on May 15th. Outside the school Friday, hundreds of pro-Israel counter-protesters calling for the release of hostages taken by Hamas during the October 7th attack on Israel. Some Jewish students saying they feel unsafe with what they have heard at the protests.
On this campus, people chant that Zionists are not welcome, calling on, quote, death to the Jewish state.
Columbia's Senate, which includes both faculty and students, voted to create a task force to look into the administration's leadership during these protests, including the decision to call in the NYPD last week. Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
Well, although Fiesta is coming to an end, it has been a blast being part of all the celebrations, including yesterday's King William Fair. RJ Marquez and I spoke to people at the event in San Antonio's most historic neighborhoods. Take a look.
Well, it has been an amazing Fiesta season, and of course, one of the big events to wrap things up on the last weekend of Fiesta is the King William Parade and Fair out here at the King William Historic Neighborhood District. And there are all sorts of crazy characters out here, all sorts of fun for this big event that takes place every second Saturday of Fiesta.
And I love this because everyone just does themselves, right? And we're here with Ty and Guy. You have been doing this, Ty, for, you said 15 years you've been making these incredible hats. So how long, take me through it. So it takes 2 weeks.
Everything's in a process. You'll do this part and then that part. While the paint's drying, you're doing something else. I found these, the animals and stuff at La Hacienda.
Wow, yeah.
And this year was all about dancing? Give me.
Celebrating Fiesta.
And how much does it weigh?
I don't weigh them because I don't want my neck to know.
So I'm sure there's a lot of
yeah, and they got the medals too, so that's weight too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're, we spoke at Fiesta,
Yeah.
and so you wear these every Fiesta event. How is the cabeza hand
We take breaks.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's starting to get hot, it's starting to get pain, just put some Advil in and keep going.
And this hat here is
Guy.
like a nod to HEB? Is that what we're looking at here?
Yes, he made this hat about 7 years ago. And I don't work for HEB, but I get such a response from it that, it's a lot of fun wearing it because everybody loves HEB.
Sponsorship, HEB. So, Guy, I talked to you earlier about this. You're dipping into the archive. So basically what you do is you reuse his old hats.
Exactly. That's what I do every year.
And what do you guys love about the King William Parade and Fair?
It's just all the art. Yeah, as artists, you know what they're talking about, and you get to talk to the artists. It's wonderful.
And when he started, we ran into a group of little kids, and they loved the hats. And so each year it's gotten bigger, and we do it for the kids. We love this. This is a good family event to go to.
So this event is such a representation of the King William neighborhood, not only the art, but the family, the food, the fun, the vendors all out here as well. And of course, just the variety of entrants that we see every year. It definitely is a love of this neighborhood and what they do for the San Antonio community.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Viva Fiesta!
Viva Fiesta, and Fiesta might be coming to an end, but you can still enjoy the last of the events happening today. Take out your phone and scan this QR code on your screen you see there, and it's going to take you to the events that are still happening today for Fiesta, or you can see anything that you may have missed this year. It's 8:39 and 65 degrees. Coming up, we're talking about the recalls that you need to know about. That's the latest from Marilyn Moritz. Hey, we've had thunder and rain here over our KSAT studio. The airport got what, an inch of rain, Sarah? An inch, almost an inch and a quarter, Sarah Spivey says. But hey, she's going to break down all this rain, what it means, and if we can see rain later in the week.
This is how it's supposed to work. Thanks to the beeps and automatic braking system, this car stops on its own in time.
Now we're raising the bar by increasing the speed and adding a motorcycle and large truck target.
Those can be the deadliest rear-end crashes for the people in the car hitting a semi or the cyclist slammed by a car. So the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety tested 10 small SUVs. Watch as this Subaru Forester barrels toward the bike at 37 miles an hour. The Subaru was the only one to earn a good rating.
The evaluation is based on the vehicle's ability to provide an appropriate warning to the driver, as well as its ability to mitigate or avoid a crash.
Now watch this Chevy Equinox at 31 miles an hour. It barely slows down and strikes the motorcycle crash test dummy. The Equinox got a poor rating. Same for the Mazda CX-5, the Mitsubishi Outlander, and the Volkswagen Taos. All got overall poor ratings. Two popular SUVs, the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4, got acceptable ratings. Front crash protection systems are effective. Data shows they've cut crashes in half, but these crash tests show there's room for improvement. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Marilyn, and thank you to this rain.
I know.
We needed it, Sarah.
We do need the rain. In fact, I'll show you here how much rain fell over the areas that are experiencing the most extreme drought. But I want to get to the radar first because rain has generally come to an end around San Antonio, although there are some pockets of rain out near Devine that could be moving into Bexar County here shortly. As we take a look at the larger picture, one area of storms that's moving through the Austin area that has been downgraded. It is no longer severe. You can see that rain is starting to really end around San Antonio, but we've still got this one area of storms from Elmendorf down to Pleasanton that's moving into Wilson County. Now, sometimes whenever we get these little notches, there can be gusty winds. So there may be gusty winds of up to about 40 miles per hour through Wilson County right now, maybe even some very small pea-sized hail. But both, this heaviest of the rain will be in your neck of the woods here just by about 9:15. So this is really the only area of decent thunder and lightning in our viewing area that's left, although we do have some lightning and thunder occurring out near Canyon Lake and near New Braunfels at the moment. We'll go ahead and zoom into the New Braunfels area. You see this hole? Right on the radar, that's actually where the radar site is located, just to the east of New Braunfels. But near Schumansville, Geronimo, that's where we've got some of the rain falling near Seguin. The rain has really started to come to an end around San Antonio, although we do have one isolated shower out near China Grove. Okay, let's talk about how much rain has fallen around San Antonio. It is a good amount of rain. Anywhere you see these greens, that's where we've gotten about an inch and a half of rainfall. So as we zoom in, about an inch and a half of rainfall for Hollywood Park, Leon Springs area. There's one tiny neighborhood just northwest of Johnson High School that's seen 2 inches of rainfall. That's that yellow dot there. And as we look at where the drought is, I want to show you the areas of drought that are most impacted. So you see this extreme area of drought here in the red. Well, that entire area has seen at least an inch and a half of rainfall. So that's good news. That means improvement for us. Here's some pictures sent into KSAT Connect. This is in the Alamo Ranch area. Good rain, about 2 inches in that rain gauge in Alamo Ranch. Good news there. This is about near Timberwood Park, about an inch. So widespread inch and a half of rain for many locations. Through central Bexar County, closer to half an inch of rain. Temperatures are dropping into the 60s as the rain moves through, but can you see the clearing line? Clearing skies will be here soon. We're going to be looking at skies clearing by noon, and then in the afternoon, it'll be in the low 80s for the high. High temperature in San Antonio of 83 degrees. It'll be slightly warmer out to the west, where temperatures will be in the low 90s for Del Rio and Eagle Pass. This is all a part of a larger system that ended up producing some pretty severe weather across, pretty large amounts of severe weather rather, across parts of North Texas and Oklahoma. 35 tornado reports in just the last 24 hours and over 86 hail reports, all from that system. Thankfully, when the rain moved through San Antonio, it had weakened significantly. But a big upper level low out in the Pacific Ocean is going to continue to move into parts of Mexico and South Texas, with another upper level low in northern parts of the United States. This is going to keep isolated showers and storms in our forecast through most of the week. It isn't until Friday and Saturday that a cool front will move through. We'll see our rain chances pick up even more. So today, obviously, the big show. This is where we got a lot of the rain. But looking ahead to next week, isolated rain, isolated showers and storms Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Slightly better chances Friday and Saturday with the passage of that cool front. And unlike the last couple of rain events where we've dealt with drier air moving in, more comfortable air moving in, it's going to stay humid and warm, unfortunately, around San Antonio. We're going to be looking at a high temperature of 90 degrees tomorrow, and it's going to be humid. It'll be in the mid 80s for the rest of the week. And again, that chance for rain ticks back up on Friday and Saturday.
I love these spring showers, Sarah.
Me too.
All right, thank you. It is 8:49 and 65 degrees. We'll be right back.
More indeed. A 40th anniversary edition of Billy Idol's Rebel Yell is out now. The expanded edition of the album features previously unreleased material, including Idol's cover of Rose Royce's Love Don't Live Here Anymore.
Just a vacancy. Love don't live here. I'm on.
Rebel Yell is available on 2-disc vinyl, CD, and digital editions. And in Billy Idol adjacent news, Idol and Rebel Yell guitarist Steve Stevens make guest appearances on Idol's rhythm guitarist Billy Morrison's new album. The set's numerous guest appearances include Linda Perry, Daryl DMC McDaniels, and Ozzy Osbourne providing vocals on the song Crack Cocaine, with Paris Jackson starring in the music video. The Morrison Project is out now. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Sarah and I were like, what? That's so many celebrities.
Lots of celebrities.
All right, so we do have a storm moving through Wilson County right now. Now that storm is producing frequent lightning, gusty winds. Floresville, Poth, again, below severe limits, but still definitely a noisy storm moving through parts of Wilson County. As you can see, though, the vast majority of the rain is moving out of the San Antonio area. We could still see some passing showers and downpours through noon. A chance for rain by about noon is only 30%. In the afternoon, we'll be looking at clearing skies, high temperature of 83 degrees. It's going to end up being a warm day, and because it rained so much, because we got about an inch and a half of rain in many neighborhoods, the humidity is going to be a big factor later on today with those clearing skies. Humidity a big deal tomorrow too, at 90 degrees for the high. In the weekend, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, a few isolated downpours are possible in the afternoon. And then by Friday and Saturday, our rain chances go up as a cool front moves through. So this is definitely a spring-like weather pattern, right? I haven't seen the grass this green in San Antonio in quite some time. A lot of our plants are happy. If you got pictures of the storm, send them into KSAT Connect. We'd love to share them on air and online.
Thank you, Sarah. Hey, before we go, I just want to give a shout out to our KSAT crews who did a phenomenal job bringing us the coverage of the Battle of Flowers and Flambeau Parade. Really enjoyed watching it from home. Everyone did such a great job. Hey, Viva Fiesta, one more day.